Yep.
Okay.
Police officers and first responders wear badges to let their communities know they are here to protect and serve. But it comes at a price. Samantha Horwitz and John Salerno work with police departments across the country to bring valuable recovery, insight resources, and workshops. A Badge of Honor TV brings those professionals to you so we can come together and revitalize communities through a better understanding of what's at stake and what's required for repair. So take a load off and turn up your TV. It's about to get real.
Hey, Sam and John live here from Rivershon Park in beautiful downtown Dallas. We are live at Carry the Load. We're doing a little sound check here in the background. Hopefully people can hear us. All right, we're getting a thumbs up. That is good to go. And hey, the live comment stream is open. Get on in here, partner. So if at any time you go on the comment stream from whatever you are watching, you can go ahead and communicate with us and let us know, hey, we can't see you, we can't hear you. We'll try and do the best that we can here live from Rivershon Park. And we got music in the background. Everybody is enjoying right now. We are gearing up for the kickoff at 4 p.m. But we've got all the nonprofit partners in the nonprofit partner tent. And we've got folks trickling into Rivershon Park. Officially, it kicked off at noon. And as you can see in the second camera, that's all the nonprofit partner tent. It's Memorial May still. It's not 4 o'clock yet. And we have featured, if you missed it, all this month, nonprofit partners with Carry the Load. We are so blessed and honored to be nonprofit partners. This is our third year in a row. And we, just to start the show, we could not do what we do and fulfill our mission the way that we know first responders and veterans deserve for it to be fulfilled unless we have that partnership. And it is critical as part of their continuum of care. Partner, I'll pass it to you for a second.
Sam, once again, Carry the Load has done an amazing job. All the volunteers came out to support and help set up this amazing memorial park here in Rivershon. You got 7,000 flags, American flags, going across the walkway. You have the storyboards that, are just heartbreaking. And, you read each storyboard dating back to almost 1862 with one of an Illinois police officer being shot and killed in the line of duty. And then you have our military veterans on these storyboards dating back to World War I. These with their pictures, their families are still here, their grandchildren are still here. And you know what? Carry the Load makes sure that we never forget those who served us and allow us to be able to do a broadcast like we're doing today, man. Just think, if it wasn't for these men who served past and fought for our freedoms, we would not be able to congregate in a Rivershon Park like this. We would not have the freedom of speech or the freedom of expression. We owe so much to them for what they have done, and Carry the Load really brings us out in never forgetting on Memorial Day.
Yeah, and we're gonna go right to a little bit about Carry the Load. We're gonna go to a video, so stay tuned, everybody. I'm gonna go here and play the video. We'll be right back.
11 years ago, 2 Navy SEALs from Dallas thought this would be a good Dallas idea. A solemn procession of the American names and faces lost in our nation's wars, to remind us all what Memorial Day is really about.
I just really appreciate how much this means not only to Dallas, but the entire nation.
Because the thousands who descend on Rivershon Park Memorial Day weekend are now part of a movement millions strong. 5 relays covering 20,000 miles, spreading the Carry the Load message across the United States, providing financial support for more than 50 organizations dedicated to helping veterans and their families, first responders, police officers and firefighters too.
Lost many friends in the war, and probably too many to name here, but you know, I carry all of them every day, and we're just humbled and happy to be part of something so great.
I've been able to see veterans move from mourning into celebration and good memories of their fallen comrades. So it's really cathartic and helpful in their process to get through grieving and into celebration.
The moms and dads, the brothers and sisters, the spouses and the children grieving for the loved one they lost will tell you that Reverchon Park on Memorial Day has become a pilgrimage, a place they have to be, a community of people who understand, people who can give them strength to get through one more year.
I'll be here till I can't walk, and this is just something everybody should do at least once, and once you do it once, you can't stop doing it, just like me.
A walk and a Memorial Day mission that they promise will never end. In Dallas, with photographers Alberto Garcia and Sam Cooper, I'm Kevin Reese.
Hey, welcome back to A Badge of Honor TV, brought to you by the OBBM Network. We are live in Reverchon Park in Dallas, Texas, where culmination of states from around this great country have met here on Memorial Day weekend to celebrate Memorial May. Sam, these people have come from all over the country, from California, New York, up north, down south, and what they were talking about is Carry the Load has touched every state almost in the union, and to celebrate 250 years, it is amazing to be here with such patriotic and loving and caring nonprofits joining together to provide resources for all our veterans and our first responders.
So not only has Carry the Load over their 15 years touched every single state, they're in Hawaii as well, and
Alaska.
They are Alaska and overseas at different bases. They're participating because it's bringing back the true meaning of Memorial Day. So, have your barbecue, have fun with your family, but take a minute to remember those that paid the ultimate sacrifice so that you can enjoy and do Memorial Day your way, because things could be very, very different. And this takes an entire team. I started 15 years ago. Stephen Holley and Clint Bruce over at White Rock Lake with 300 people. It's now gone to 10,000 plus, and it goes overnight if you're wondering. So it starts at 4 and people walk throughout the night, and then it wraps up tomorrow with closing ceremonies at 11:30, I believe. But you saw the video that we just played, and John had mentioned the storyboards. So those thousands of storyboards not only are in the downtown Dallas where we'll be walking, but they cover not only Reverchon Park, they go all throughout the Katy Trail. And John always says it best: when you say their names, they're never forgotten. So here is how important it is, and why Carry the Load, I think, is one of the only organizations that can really pull this off, is that they have the storyboards spaced out so that when you walk, you have time to say the person's name to yourself or out loud if you want to, the entire way. And it is a little sad. It is also having their memories honored feels like the right thing to do, but you can't participate here without understanding that these are real people that are not with us anymore, that again made the ultimate sacrifice for this nation and for us to be here with you all out wherever you're watching from.
And that's one thing these storyboards reflect more than anything is that, and we're looking at a few out in front of us right now, is the photographs that are on these storyboards show such dedicated individuals, smiling, proud of the uniform that they are wearing. Some of them have photos of them and their families during nice times. Yeah, you can turn that. You can turn that around and see if we could see some of the storyboards. If you can see them out in the distance, I don't know if you can see them too well, but these storyboards reflect the person's life, and it really puts something different than just seeing a name on the wall. When you see the face, and it almost makes you know this person. It kind of brings you to a point where you feel in your heart, this could be any one of us, anybody who has taken the oath of service to lay down their life for the life of a stranger, to lay down their life for the life of their country, in service, be it a violent act, or a heart attack on the job, or
we have to lean in for Instagram.
Sorry, Instagram people.
family.
Let's move this out just a little bit, so maybe we'll be able to see it. Can you see it? Let's see. Let's see if we get in closer.
Okay. Yeah. So
there we go.
Maybe not. Yeah. We just got to get closer.
Yeah. So at least one of us is in.
Hey, Carry the Load. Thank you for wherever you're joining from.
Yes.
We just are talking about the storyboard. So.
Yeah. The heartwarming feeling you get with these storyboards is something that you don't just get by seeing a name on a wall. You get the connection that Carry the Load is really bringing forth on remembering our heroes. The impact that you get if you have any sort of empathy or sympathy or gratitude for what these men and women have done. You feel it in your heart. That's the true meaning of Memorial Day. When you can feel the impact of one of these boards touch you in a way that shows that person will never be forgotten in your heart. That brings solace to the family. They like to see that. They like to feel that.
Absolutely. And we got to take our first quick break and recognize a company that gives back to veterans and first responders and supports the cause no matter where they are. So thank you, Patriot Mobile. We'll be right back, everybody.
Talk is cheap when it comes to saving our country. We're not just any cell phone service provider. We're Patriot Mobile. It's not enough to simply talk about values. We live them. Defending life, protecting our First and Second Amendments, and celebrating our military and first responder heroes. We're boots on the ground making a difference. We're America's only Christian conservative wireless provider with nationwide coverage on all 3 major networks and 100% U.S.-based customer service. Join Patriot Mobile today and make an impact every time you use your cell phone.
Hey, so welcome back to A Badge of Honor TV. Hey, Patriot Mobile is giving back to. You can put your money where your heart is and make a difference in the lives of first responders and veterans and active duty, their families all over the place. It's super easy. You can go to patriotmobile.com and just put in where it says promo code BADGE, and you can take advantage of a free month of service. You can also call them 972-PATRIOT, and they're right here in North Dallas and the North Dallas area, and they will get with you. And again, tell them the Badge of Honor sent you. Take advantage of that free month of service. We promise you will not be sorry. So thank you, Patriot Mobile.
Sam, another thing I really enjoy the people watching aspect here in Rivershon Park. You have the Boy Scouts, the Cub Scouts, all volunteering with smiles on their face, helping to set up. You have children and pets running around. It is such a family atmosphere here. And, we don't know who the surviving families are, but everybody is integrated and just really, it gives you a sense of family here. They've really, Carry the Load has captured that family aspect. I love what they have done.
And not only does it give the families that are fallen a place to come and remember their loved one. Again, you're amongst people who actually care about and understand what Memorial Day is all about, and there isn't a better group of people And you're probably thinking, well, shoot, Sam, I'm a good person. Well, we would say come on down to Carry the Load. Maybe start your first year with them next year. But we will make you a promise, and we'll tell you this. You come down here, this is where you will forever spend your Memorial Day, Sunday, and Monday. Truth, partner?
Truth. You know, as a badge of honor, TV, and the workshops that we do for our first responders and our veterans, you know, it really gives us a good connection in building a nice relationship with other nonprofits, because it builds our resources, and we're able to, things that maybe we can't do, we can give those resources out. You know, one guy I want to bring in here right now, who's been really essential in our badge of honor family, is Jeff Freeman. He is a Rowlett police officer. He has been essential in really providing such amazing resources in our workshops. So Jeff, I want to bring you on, and I want you to just explain what Carry the Load and Memorial Day weekend is all about for you.
Well, Carry the Load, I was friends with Clint Bruce and actually went to high school together. And when I found out Clint started this program, or this cause, it just spoke to me a lot. I've been in law enforcement for 31 years now, and I know a lot of the guys that are on the storyboards, work, with them, knew them on a personal level. And to be able to honor them instead of sitting at a barbecue grill or in the pool drinking beer or whatever, I thought it was a much better way to come out and honor these guys. And then the tons of our military that's paid the ultimate sacrifice. And I just want to do what I can to make sure that their families know that there's people out there that still care about them.
So Jeff, we talk about it can be an uncomfortable subject for a lot of people when people complete suicide. They're no longer with us. Part of the expansion in terms of what Carry the Load has done is to remember these folks, and it's hit close to home, unfortunately. And so, as John always says, say their names; they will never be forgotten. So I'm going to turn it over to you, however you would like to.
Yeah, in 2021, we're going back to the early 2000s. One of my really, really good friends, Guy Helms, we worked together in the Sheriff's Department as jailers and then as deputies. And I went to Rowlett in 99. He came out in, I think, 2000 or 2001. And we kind of grew up together as police officers and worked together in investigations. And then I went one way, he went another, and he promoted. In November of 2021, Guy completed suicide. And man, you want to talk about something that'll rock you to the core. Nobody saw that coming. He was having some mental health issues and was seeking treatment. And one morning he woke up and decided that that's what he wanted to do. And ironically, we were teaching a seminar. It was on a Thursday. We taught a seminar on Friday. And anything I could do doing these seminars, anything I could say, just to let people know that you're not alone and there's help out there. And I guess that's the scariest part. We don't want to talk about the help or going to get help. Now this is part of, to me, it should be part of the job of having some tune-ups. Even if you're not having a hard time, you need a tune-up every now and again. Fast forward to October of 2024, we had another officer in my agency that completed suicide. Same thing, nobody really saw it coming, and she completed it, and it's just constantly, it shakes. Like I said, it'll rock you to the core, and it just reminds me of what we're doing out here.
And again, that's what it's all about, is the ability to come out here and remember our fallen. It doesn't matter the manner in which they died. It matters in the way. It matters the way they live, and that's how we choose to remember them. So, Jeff, I want to thank you so much, not only for being part of our team, for keeping it real, because you are the face of, and I tell people this, you are the face, an early adopter, if you will, of somebody who's not afraid to share the diagnosis of post-traumatic stress, and that you didn't have to fear the rubber gun squad. You were open, honest, everybody knew what was going on. You got the help that you needed, and you are a highly effective detective, very good at your job. And so that stigma of, sorry, Instagram family, if you can't see me, that stigma of asking for help, getting help, there's no shame. There's no shame at all. And you can be very effective in your job. And I disagree or agree. Once, if you go there and you get the diagnosis and you go back to your job, to that department, and you're able to help other folks understand what they're going through, is that helpful? Or?
Oh yeah, and I reflect, because I'm coming to the end of my career. I've been doing this a long time, and just to reflect on it a little bit, would I do everything? Would I go through everything again? And I think I want to say yeah, because I have opened the gate, at least around the people that I'm in contact with, to know that, hey man, it's okay to come in and talk to me. If you want to sit down with me, just to figure out that, hey, somebody's already done this, or us directing you to get some help. I think we're saving lives, and definitely saving careers. I went down some bad paths, and I tell people about it. I'm open about it and say, hey, don't do that. I've also gone through some amazing bridges to wellness, and I tell people, hey, you got to go across that bridge as well. I heard a quote the other day, and this is something else that I want to get out. It doesn't take this major trauma event, and there's a lot of men and women that serve that never go through that event. But I heard an officer from Arizona say 19 years of paper cuts will still make you bleed to death. So wow. Go get a tune-up and, check in. Peer support's been an amazing development that I've seen in my career. And I think we're helping people. I think we're helping men and women survive this
career
calling, yeah, whatever you want to call it.
Well, thank you, Jeff, so much for not only being part of the team, being part of that we remember together, and we're doing this together. And we're going to take our next quick break, and we'll be back with you.
Real quick.
I'm
carrying Aubrey Hawkins, carrying Guy Helms, and carrying Victoria Bailey today.
Thank you, Jeff. All right, we'll be back in a minute, everybody. Stay tuned.
Look, when you need to respond to an aggressive situation to protect yourself, your family, or your property, understanding your firearm and legal position are critical. Officers know your skills are only as good as your commitment to training. So know what you're doing. So when you're in a vulnerable situation, we can count on your response. Whether you're a beginner or a licensed gun carrier, Carry in Texas offers basic firearms training, Texas permitless carry courses, license to carry, and basic 2A courses so you can understand the responsibilities, situational awareness, and learn the technical skill required when you carry your firearm. Go to carryintexas.com to find the right course for you. Join me, former United States Secret Service agent Samantha Horwitz, on the range for beginner basics, LTC prep, and range practice. Go to carryintexas.com today. That's carryintexas.com.
Hey, welcome back to A Badge of Honor TV. We are here in Rivershon Park for Carry the Load. We are powered by the OBBM network, and we are surrounded by some amazing nonprofits here today. I want to bring on our counselor for Badge of Honor, our licensed therapist, who really brings it all together with the Badge of Honor, is John Edmondson. John, welcome.
Thanks, brother. Glad to be here.
John, you have helped so many. You really, and you keep moving forward in post-traumatic stress, in addiction aspects. You really take on so much and provide so much to others. The healing aspect, as a therapist, it's not easy.
It can be hard. But it's worth it because of the mission. And so two things. One, if you're a counselor out there, you got to take care of yourself. You got to do self-care because you're taking on all that vicarious trauma, all the stories, all the pain. At first, you don't notice it, but it's like a sunburn, right? First, it's a tan and it's exciting, but then it starts to burn, it starts to hurt. So you got to make sure you're taking care of that. But the same way with a lot of first responders, we got to show up for them and make sure they take care of it.
As a first responder, I look around here and I look at the resources that are available for our first responders. You look at it in a different, and which I think is amazing. You look at it in different eyes than a first responder. You look at it as like, I can provide this, I can provide this, I can provide this. So like when we look at them carry the load, I look at it in one way. What way do you look at this? What way do you look at this whole event?
There's a lot going on there. We can hear the taps in the background.
Yeah, which is
meaningful. Yeah, the second it went on, it hits, right? So I want to honor that. So for me, carry the load and working with all the first responders, really the thing is going to be taking a look at letting them know what we know.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to take a quick pause.
Thanks for doing that, brother. I appreciate that.
No matter where you are, what you're doing, you have to stop a live broadcast. You have to stop what you're doing when those horns blow or taps. That's remembering our fallen. I've seen baseball games. I've seen things where we play our national anthem. You have people buried in their phones, sitting down. No one's standing up. No one making that effort, to remember. And it breaks my heart that you were either not raised or brought up to respect our colors or to respect the men and women who died for those colors. That's why I'm glad we did take that.
Yeah.
I almost got lost in that same aspect when we were on air, but then I was just like, nope. I saw people behind over by me standing, saluting, had their hands folded. We had to
we couldn't do it. We had
to break. Yep, we had to break the live, man, just to honor those men and women. So, getting back to carry the load, the meaning, and right there, that kind of said it all, that kind of said that, that really, in a nutshell, when we asked what was the meaning, that was the meaning.
Right? So like first responders, if one person gets help and they see another, and you look around, you go, wait a minute, I should be doing that too. Same thing that happened to us just now. Like, oh man, I want to stop because it's going on. We're on a live. I'm respectful of my friend John. But I want to get up, and then you called it because you're watching everyone else take the lead on that. That's the thing. So sometimes it's about you, but it's not the person next to you, right? So if you're getting help, you're talking about it and you're healing, they're going to see that. That's way better than me going out and trying to talk to people, right? Because they're going to want what you have. They're going to see that change in somebody. They're going to want it. Hey, how'd you do it? Well, go talk to John or go talk to a therapist or go get residential treatment. In fact, I want to talk about that. I work in residential mental health. It's a great place, Healing Springs Ranch. A lot of good things offered there. And as much as I want to see people there, I don't want to see people there. You know what I'm saying? Like if I can help you first before you get there, let's do that. But if you're there, I'm happy to bring you on in. But I see how painful it is to wait that long. Because now it's like, I'm an officer, and I hear these stories all the time. An officer, I just got a DUI. It's like, how do I navigate that with my life? I'm a veteran, and now I just committed a crime with alcohol or drugs. That's not who I am. Those are things I'm glad to be there to help them, but I wish I could have got to them sooner.
Yeah, and here's the thing is, we got to share the resources more. The resources are out there to use, and especially with addiction. If you did a 30-year career in law enforcement or a 20-year career in military, you did it without drugs and alcohol. When that music stops and we don't have that that military life or that first responder life, we sometimes fall into these addictions, be it alcohol, porn, whatever, gambling, whatever it is, to get those dopamine rush, those short-term dopamine rushes in our brain. But there is so much more out there besides things that can damage us, damage our relationships, damage things surrounding us, our friendships. You know what? We can find things in and I saw what I'm here today is Heroes on the Water. Getting out there and getting out with like-minded individuals and kayaking or fishing or going hunting with soldiers and going out and shooting boar or duck hunting or turkey hunting. And then there's skydiving aspects, things that can release that dopamine without causing damage around you. If your parachute don't open, that could be an issue. Right. But otherwise, it still gives you that same rush than alcohol or drugs do. Yeah. And you're not having that long-term issue with it.
You bring up a good point, because it's not just about sitting in a room on a couch, right? That can be very, very helpful, but you've got doing other things that can too. Getting on the water, getting fishing, getting around other people. Even hunting is amazing, because you're reassociating that sound of gunfire with something that's a little bit more positive. I know some people don't like hunting, I get that. With those who are hunting enthusiasts, that can be something good if you're also connected with a counselor or a therapist to make sure if something comes up when you hear that gunshot,
right,
how to navigate it. But exactly. Also be reprogramming, re-experiencing of the trauma or the sound.
Gotcha.
But kind of to sum things up is just get started.
Yep.
Just the next productive thing for your mental health. That's all you got to do. Take a breath, take a break, get a phone call, make it happen. That's going to make the change.
Get moving, get off the couch, get to the gym, walk around the block, do some yard work, plant some flowers, anything that's going to keep you busy and get that blood circulating, because before you know it, you're going to start feeling good. You're going to start feeling more energetic, and you're not going to feel sluggish. We're going to take a quick break. John, thank you so much. And we're going to be back right after these messages from Carry the Load here in Rivershon Park.
Interested in starting a podcast or TV show? Worried about what you'll say and how to keep it engaging? Think you'd like to be a guest on podcast, radio, or TV shows? Hi, I'm Susan Hamilton, owner and founder of OBBM Network, and I would like to invite you to an OBBM media training to get the tools you need for a relaxed and polished performance you'll be proud to share. Our specialized training techniques include role play, voice training, and everything you need to deliver a confident, clear, and engaging interaction. Go to offbeatbusiness.com. Go to the calendar and register for a training that's convenient for you. Dates available now, 214-714-0495.
Hey, welcome back to a Badge of Honor TV. Sorry about that, powered by the OBBM Network. And we are here live at Rivershon Park in Dallas at Carry the Load. We started today's show talking about the family aspect and how each year we are seeing more and more young people. Sorry, Instagram. And with me right now is Sarah. She's from a nonprofit partner organization called Whiskey Bravo. So I'm going to scoot over so you can kind of get in the frame here. You see the Instagram. So Sarah, tell everybody watching and listening on their favorite podcast app a little bit about you.
Yes, my name is Sarah Kleeman. I'm a high school senior in Boerne, Texas. I just graduated, actually.
Congratulations.
And I am the former president of our Whiskey Bravo chapter. So our whole initiative is that it's a student-led nonprofit meant to allow us to give back to the military and teach students the importance of serving veterans. So we have lots of local initiatives and collaborations with first responders. We organize care packages, we write thank you letters, and our whole mission is that not only can us students serve veterans and help them out, but we also learn so much from helping the veterans, and it enables us to grow as people and as leaders. So it's a really great cause, and we're hoping to start more and more chapters throughout the United States.
So what drew you to Whiskey Bravo?
Well, my dad was in the Air Force, so initially I kind of wanted to just try and make more of an impact on the military. Once he retired, I lost the connection and the community that I had previously, and I wanted to do more than what I had seen before. So I had heard stories from my dad about, yes, they received letters and things like that, but for our chapter, we really try to make it more personal. So it's not just jars of peanut butter and thank you for your service. It's care packages with board games and crossword puzzles and funny letters to kind of lift spirits and inspire them. So that organization, as an organization, Whiskey Bravo allows for a lot of independence for each chapter to do what each student is skilled to do best, and that was really inspiring to hear because I thought it was a unique way to give back to veterans.
Absolutely. And how many chapters do you know across the
Yes,
U.S.?
currently we have 13.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
our Bernie chapter is the first and only chapter in Texas so far, and we have many
Hey,
more.
Come on, Texas. We need more chapters.
And we have many more up in New York State. Also some in Arizona too.
That's excellent. So, what does it mean to you? You know, your dad served, to be out and have the opportunity to be at Carry the Load and be chosen as nonprofit partner.
Well, it's a really big responsibility. I think it's my first year here, so it's amazing to see all of the support we gathered for our fallen veterans. I've always been raised to think of that as important, so it's amazing to finally have a chance in more of an independent way as an adult to give back to that cause.
Well, this is amazing. Sarah, I know you have your message. You can feel, you guys are watching us through a screen. She has got an incredible energy coming off of her right now. If you are a young person, or hey, mom and dad or aunt and uncle, you're watching this, share this show with any and all young people that you know, because they are the next generation. John and I, we're the seasoned folks. You know, we've got to pass the torch, and Whiskey Bravo is where it's at. So get involved, reach out. What's the best way for somebody to reach out?
Well, you can go to whiskeybravo.org and get in touch with our founder, Benjamin Barkov. And from there, you can figure out how to start a local chapter, or we're also looking for corporate partnerships and sponsors. So anything helps.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming on today and sharing. And I just grabbed her. She's a natural. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Best
of luck.
Thank you.
So we are going to take our next break, and we are going to talk about, I've been looking at a coffee stuff this whole time. Partner, do you see the coffee stuff behind you? So we gotta give some love, if I can get this mouse working. Here we go. To our partners at East Texas Legends Coffee Company.
Thank you.
And Ben and Amanda Holmes, you can check out their story. They're on season 2, from Ben's Marine Corps career to his law enforcement career. After that, he kind of lost his purpose, and he found it again in ranching. They've relocated to East Texas, and they are starting a local coffee brand called East Texas Legends Coffee. They will be opening a shop in Lindale, Texas, right around the corner from me. Yay! Here, I think Amanda said maybe by the holiday time. So what you all can do is feed your soul, live your purpose, and be legendary by ordering coffee. And we got the QR code up on the screen right now. You can get that with your camera, or you can visit etxlegendscoffee.com. Enter promo code BADGE, and you will receive 15% off coffee and merchandise. Their merch is great. So go to etxlegendscoffee.com. and grab yourself the best coffee you will ever experience. Thank you, Ben and Amanda. And thank you, Ben, for your service. We're thinking about you today. Ben is still alive, but as a veteran, the brothers that he lost. So thank you very much. Now back to the show.
Hey, welcome back to scooch over. Hey, welcome back to A Badge of Honor TV, live from Rivershawn Park at the Carry the Load weekend for Memorial May. You know, Sam, you know, even off camera, I am just heartwarmed about this whole event. You know, so many people, so many things to look at, and so many reasons to keep remembering. And that's why you should make your way down here. If you can't make it down here this year, this is what, like you said, it's the 15th year. And they host it every year, and every year it gets bigger and better. You know, if you're a nonprofit, you know, go onto the Carry the Load website, find out how you can be a partner as well within the Carry the Load family, because, you know, it's giving back. It really builds your resources as a nonprofit, and it extends the families across the country. We're able to provide so much more to our officers that are out there through things and people that we've met here at Carry the Load. You know, it's an amazing, it's just an amazing event.
Absolutely. I said in the beginning, if not for our partnership with Carry the Load, we would have the outreach, but the outreach is different. And because of the partners, the other partners that we meet here, it's a continuous safety net, if you will. So we do our programming. It costs the departments nothing. We come to you, and from there, if you recognize through listening to our stories that you might need some help, we are able to plug you into either one of the nonprofit partners or the other partners that we've made throughout doing this since 2019. But Carry the Load has been a huge catalyst for success, and we're a whole family. So that picture that you see on the screen, that's the tent where all the nonprofit partners are. Some of them couldn't make it in. That's why Carry the Load did an amazing job this year, having events across the United States. And we are one big family. That's what it's about. None of us could do what we do to carry out our mission without each other, because it's with this family of nonprofit partners that we are able to reach and heal so many that wouldn't even know about Carry the Load in the first place, or the other nonprofit partners that are out here. So for those of you listening on your favorite podcast app, it's carrytheload.org, and there is still time for you to make an impact. So the way you want to do this, just bear with me as I scroll up here. All right. A badgeofhonor.org. When you land on our homepage, there's a pop-up, and it has our logo as well as Carry the Load's logo. You can click on the donate button, okay, or learn more. And what you will be doing by giving $1, $100, $10,000, $1 million, whatever you would like to give what you can. It goes through us to Carry the Load. So you are direct giving to Carry the Load through a Badge of Honor's homepage. So I don't want there to be any confusion like it's coming directly to us. No, it is going through us to Carry the Load. 93% of everything that Carry the Load brings in comes right back out to the nonprofit partners and to the nonprofit partners for us to carry out our mission. So thank you for that. we got one. Yes?
I just want to give a shout out to one guy here. He's a United States Army veteran. He's been passing. He's carrying a ruck, and what a lot of people don't understand when they see a veteran carrying a ruck. Sir, I want you to just come in here for a minute and tell me who you're. Sit down real quick. Sit down real quick and tell me who you're carrying for.
I'm carrying for Specialist Moses Korea.
You know, when we say we're carrying for people, it means that we're not forgetting. We're remembering. We're carrying them in a rucksack. We're remembering their names. Sir, you know, I honor you. Thank you very much for doing what you do. I'm carrying for people today as well. and you're carrying the weight. That's what a rucksack is. You're carrying the weight of the other person on your shoulders, and that means they're always in your heart, right?
Absolutely.
Where'd you serve?
Desert Storm.
Desert Storm. Well, I want to appreciate you taking the time. I'm sorry to just grab you in here spontaneous, but you know what? I wanted you to be able to give a shout out here on a Badge of Honor TV to show that what this means and what it means to you. What does carrying the load mean to you?
Keeping the legacy going.
Well, thank you. That's what it means right there, brother. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. See, that's what it's all about. That's what Carry the Load is about. It's about remembering. It gets emotional. And everybody here is that way. Thank you so much.
Big hugs.
My God, see,
Get in the camera.
that's what Carry the Load does, man. It taps onto your inner emotions, and it lets all the pain go, but it remembers those who've fallen and the pain that they endured. We carry that for them. We carry that for their families. That's what Carry the Load brings out in each and every one of us.
Yeah, and it is such an honor and a privilege to be here with everybody. Thank you to the Boy Scouts and the Cub Scouts that have come out to volunteer and help keep us hydrated.
The Dallas Police Department and Fire Department.
Yep, Fire Department is here. All of our friends that we've made throughout the years, and that's what friends, friendships, families that we can stay in touch with and say, hey, I've got a brother or sister that needs help. I think your organization will be perfect, and we connect them. It's as easy as that. And if not for Carry the Load and everybody coming out here to remember their fallen brothers and sisters, I don't know. I think our country would be worse off. This is important for keeping us aligned, eyes on the prize, and remembering what Memorial Day is all about. So we're going to go out the same way we came in to see a highlight from Carry the Load and what it is about. If you didn't make it down here this year, there's still time to get here before 4, but put this on your calendar for next year. And to all of our first responders out there, thank you for what you do. You've got prayer warriors that are praying for your safe return every single day, every single night, whatever shift you're on. We appreciate you taking care and looking out and protecting our communities. To our veterans, thank you for fighting the good fight that allows John and I to do a show like this every single week. To our active duty personnel spread out across the globe, thank you for keeping our shores safe here at home. We will never forget all of those fallen. Thank you again to Carry the Load. John, take us home.
Once again, I want to thank Carry the Load and their partnership with the Badge of Honor. I want to thank everybody that's come out here today. This is all about remembering, honoring, and just feeling what the United States of America and what our first responders and our veterans do. So God bless. Keep the peace. Until next week,
everybody.
11 years ago, 2 Navy SEALs from Dallas thought this would be a good Dallas idea. A solemn procession of the American names and faces lost in our nation's wars, to remind us all what Memorial Day is really about.
I just really appreciate how much this means not only to Dallas, but the entire nation.
Because the thousands who descend on Reverchon Park Memorial Day weekend are now part of a movement millions strong. 5 relays covering 20,000 miles, spreading the Carry the Load message across the United States, providing financial support for more than 50 organizations dedicated to helping veterans and their families, first responders, police officers, and firefighters too.
Lost many friends in the war, and probably too many to name here, but I carry all of them every day, and we're just humbled and happy to be part of something so great.
I've been able to see veterans move from mourning into celebration and good memories of their fallen comrades. So it's really cathartic and helpful in their process to get through grieving and into celebration.
The moms and dads, the brothers and sisters, the spouses and the children grieving for the loved one they lost will tell you that Reverchon Park on Memorial Day has become a pilgrimage, a place they have to be, a community of people who understand, people who can give them strength to get through one more year.
I'll be here till I can't walk. And this is just something everybody should do at least once. And once you do it once, you can't stop doing it, just like me.
A walk and a Memorial Day mission that they promise will never end. In Dallas, with photographers Alberto Garcia and Sam Cooper, I'm Kevin Reese.
A Badge of Honor podcast is produced for the OBBM Network podcast and protected under copyright law. For content permissions, please submit your request to abadgeofhonor.com on the content page. For OBBM Network programming information, please call 214-714-0495 today.